Namaste, sir. I am Shubhra Shandilya, and my question is we get to hear a lot about magical powers of Om chanting. I want to understand, is it a superstition or is there any real significance attached to Om chanting?
Om is wonderful if understood. And I'm not very sure about chanting. Om is not a sound. Om is not some ordinary word. Om, in fact, has no meaning, no dictionary meaning in the classical sense. Om is a pointer. Om is a great indicator. Om is a construct. Some very top class mind has designed Om. So Om is a fantastic tool. We'll go into the design now. Right? Om consists of these three sounds: A, U, Ma, and it's pronounced in a way that stretches the M sound till it tapers into silence. So that's how you say Om, right? Om. You just don't say Om. The very pronunciation has a certain method and a meaning. Om. That's what meant to be. A stands for the normal waking state of consciousness. Ma stands for the dream state of consciousness. Sorry, U. And then Ma stands for the deep, dreamless sleep state of consciousness. And after that, there is silence. So, A, U, and Ma together comprise of the wholeness of consciousness. The totality of your experience is contained in these three: A, U, and Ma. Out of these three, principally your experience consists of A, which is your waking state, right? That's how we feel. Though that might not be true, because if you look at psychoanalysis, they have told us that the biggest part of our mind remains unavailable to the waking state. It is expressed when you are asleep. So when you are asleep, then your mind remains functioning, and what remains in the basement of mind emerges as your dreams. And that's a very important part of the mind, and a very big part of the mind. That's denoted by U. And then Ma is when you are so soundly asleep that you're not even dreaming. When identity is almost fully lost, just the seed remains. The seed and the tendency to wake up remains. So together these three consist of your entire universe. Your entire set of life experiences is contained in au and ma. And that's very something very scientific, very logical, right? Because all experience is only in these three states. When you are awake, then you experience the world as you are seeing it right now. When you are asleep and dreaming, then you have some other story going on. And when you're soundly sleeping, then the experience is of general bliss. Oh, I'm so soundly asleep. It refreshes. Apart from these, you cannot have any other experience. Right? All experience is contained in these three sets. Now, what Om is meant to remind you is that this is who you are, and that final silence is where you need to go to. So, ma, and then silence. That silence is the fourth one. Ma, and then the fourth one. The fourth one is called the truth, Atma, or Turiya. Turiya simply means fourth. Fourth. Beyond these three is the fourth. And that fourth is your reality. So pass through these three and go into the fourth. So you say, Om. And then there is silence. Then there is silence. That silence is who you are. That silence is your reality. Have you heard a temple bell? What happens to the sound? The sound gently tapers down, does it not? And then there is just silence. That silence, that mourn, is the final truth. Satya. Beyond the three states of the mind. Beyond the mind lies that which is the truth. And that's what Om is supposed to remind you. Now, if you are steeped in the meaning of Om, if you realize what Om stands for, only then Om will help you. Otherwise, you can keep chanting Om the entire day and it won't help you. It will simply dull your mind down. When you just parrot something without understanding it, what does that do to the quality of your consciousness? Does that make you more intelligent? Does that turn you sharper? Or does that dull you down? You understand dull? Someone who is just bored with life, someone who does not understand anything, someone who does not even want to understand. That's what you call as a dull one. So if you just keep chanting incessantly without knowing what you are saying, without knowing why you are doing what you are doing, then you simply become stupid. And sometimes cults and traditions want their followers to remain stupid. Otherwise, they will not remain followers. If the cult or the tradition stands for something that is just nonsensical, then it becomes very important that the followers remain stupid. The hallmark of such cults will be that they will be very greatly opposed to understanding. They will say understanding is not needed. Don't exercise your intelligence. Just believe and just keep parroting and repeating, so that you become even more stupid. And the more stupid you become, the more devoted you become to our words. Are you getting it? So Om is wonderful, and if you want to chant Om, even that can be wonderful, provided you know what Om is. The same thing applies to all mantras and verses, shloks, sutras, everything. Let it be an inviolable condition with you to not to do anything without knowing it. If I have to be with a verse, a shlok, something, doha, chopai, anything, I will first of all demand its true meaning. Both the literal meaning and the inner meaning. I want to know both. And without knowing the meaning, I should not be expected to follow it, recite it, chant it, believe in it, whatever. Are you getting it? Now, why does Om want to introduce you to that final silence, the Turiya? Because if you remain confined to these three states, which is your own mental world, Auma, then there is suffering. And the purpose of spirituality is to get rid of suffering, right? Suffering lies in the three. Liberation lies in the fourth one. That's how Om works. That's the design. The three, and then the fourth. You're told of the three. This three is who you are. And then the fourth. That's what you need to be. You're told of your reality, and then you are told of the truth. That's the design of Om. And that design needs to be understood. If you understand it, you will benefit from it.
So I wanted to just ask one more thing. Why do youngsters believe more in science and less in spirituality? And why do we always need to give evidences based on science to prove spirituality?
No. You see, these are two different areas. However, they are connected through a certain common trait. Science deals with the physical world. And spirituality is self-knowledge. Science is knowledge of the world. And spirituality is knowledge of the self. So these are two quite different areas. To be scientific is to know what is in front of the eyes. To be spiritual is to know what is behind the eyes. Right? Almost exclusive areas, at least superficially exclusive. At some point they converge, but to begin with, you must see that they are exclusive. However, to be scientific or to be spiritual, you require something in common. What is that?
Consciousness?
You must be eager to know. The spirit of inquiry. Otherwise, you can believe what is there in front of your eyes, right? You can look at a tree and believe that it's a monster. Why do you need to inquire? A belief is sufficient. Believe in anything. Why can't a tree be taken as a monster? Tell me, please. But science says, I need to inquire. I find out how things are. Spirituality says the same thing with respect to the inner world. Let me find out what this self is. Therefore, spirituality is called self-knowledge. Spirituality is not about spirits and ghosts and disembodied beings and such things. Spirituality is about knowing the self. Knowing the self is spirituality. In fact, even the word spirituality is not right. Adhyatma means self-knowledge, not spirituality. Okay, so you must have the urge to know the truth. You must want to know the facts of the external world. You must also want to know what is really happening in the internal world. Where do my thoughts and feelings come from? From where does my sense of self, my identity arise? What do my desires really want? Why am I so reactive? What have I been doing? Why do I go into memories so often? From where does the future arise? Because all these things happen within. Huh? And the keenness to know must be there, otherwise, you will simply believe. And superstitions based on blind beliefs are possible in both the directions. You have external superstitions and you have internal superstitions. What does an external superstition sound like? An external superstition is there is a ghost sitting on that tree, and that ghost becomes 10 feet tall on moonlit nights, full moon nights. Have you not heard stories like these? There is that tree, and one particular ghost sits on that tree, and on Purnima, that ghost stretches to 10 feet. So that's an external thing, external superstition, because you're talking of the tree, which is something in the domain of the senses. And then there are internal superstitions like I'm very courageous. That's just a belief. You have never inquired into it. I love the truth. Do really? You do? Right? I'm a body. I truly want to be happy. All these are internal superstitions. You believe in them only because you have still not investigated them. It is lack of investigation, the courage to know the truth at all costs. That's what gives rise to both external and internal superstition. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Huh? And am I answering your question, or have I gone astray?
Definitely. No, sir. Definitely answering it. Thank you so much for answering in a detailed way. Thank you.